What is up, Amber?
Woohoo! I'm excited. And you know what? The community has been emailing me this morning saying that they're so excited for our live stream today.
That is fantastic.
I
I'll tell you what, this
love
is,
you guys.
hey, man, this is so cool. Let's share some updates because it's been about 2-3 weeks since we've gone live, and there's been a lot of stuff that's happened. So I'll just start naming things off, and then let's take a deep dive into some of those things. And I'd love to share some pages today that your
I know.
team is amazing at building.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so update one. Oh, and I'll share some fears because I had some
Ooh.
fears and you had to call me out, girl.
Yeah, I think we should address that. That's a really big topic.
Yeah, in fact, I'm going to ask people to tag someone because you might think I'm bulletproof. You might think Amber's bulletproof. I actually was nervous about only one thing, and I didn't need to be nervous, but I procrastinated. How many of you procrastinate when you're nervous? Do you ever do that?
When I don't know how to do something, like I don't feel fully comfortable with it, then I delay. Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah. So
There's certain types of fear, though. I've conditioned myself. Like if I feel fear, I really do try to lean in and go through
yes,
as fast as possible. Just take even the first
yes,
little action step because I don't want to live in fear and I know how much that's going to hold me back in life. But sometimes it's like, especially if it's more relationship oriented, like I just want to do good in the world and I want to
yeah,
help people. And so I think with this topic, it's harder because it's relationships. So
yes, yeah. You folks are going to be surprised at maybe at what area I got hacked. But you had courage recently. I got to give you a shout out. I read on your Facebook that you got bullied when you were younger and you were vulnerable and went brave on all of us, and you recently shared that story.
yeah, I'm perfectly happy to tell the story. It was a trauma back when I was 16 for sure. But I've done a lot of work to face it head on and lean into it. And so now I can openly talk about it. Almost I have to catch myself because I think like people are going to be shocked hearing this. So I can't just roll over it like it was no big deal because it's their first time hearing this story and it's
Yes.
a hard story. So then I tried to put myself like remember and I
Oh,
put
yeah.
myself in that situation so that we can share in that memory together, sharing the experience together. But anyway, I do remember the first time that I opened up. It was actually, I don't even know, maybe 5 years ago now, Carrie. And I opened up on a podcast. I don't even remember who the host was at this point, I'm sorry to say, but the guy was floored, absolutely floored, because people look at me and they see this like bright, happy, smiley, energetic person. I see
Yes.
confident. And to hear that that wasn't always the case and that actually I was a very like broken individual and I didn't have confidence and I didn't have friends and I was didn't use my voice, couldn't really talk to people, didn't feel like I had value. I was depressed growing up and it all culminated in this moment. And so, the beautiful takeaway from that is that you can lean in and you
Yeah.
can learn a lot about yourself and you can lovingly move through those fears and those challenges and then step into the person that you're really proud to be so that you can share the journey with other people and bring them along with you, and it's really beautiful. But people are often shocked that I wasn't always this way.
Yeah, that you got bullied, that girls surrounded you. I mean, I didn't hear the whole story, and tell you what, let's
5 girls. Yeah.
5 girls. Let's definitely go into that deep next time we chat because I think that Christy and Matthew and yeah, all these amazing people, Yavina, they're all sharing like they resonate. And folks, maybe that's why you and I connected so quickly because I'm just going to ask you straight up because this was my story. Maybe you've never shared this. I don't know. This is unplanned, by the way.
Put me on the spot. I'm up for anything.
So
Bring it
you struggle with depression?
Yeah.
Did you struggle with suicidal thoughts?
I did not.
Okay.
No, I don't know why. I've actually questioned why, because I know that that's a very, very common thing.
Oh
Like
yeah.
it's way more common than anybody would think.
Oh yeah.
And it's very normal to have those fleeting thoughts. I think oftentimes it's more out of a curiosity than it is like a serious, like I have a plan and I don't want to be around anymore.
Oh yeah.
But I'm really glad that you went there because, right now what I'm seeing, Carrie, is, man, people's mental health
Oh
is
yeah.
it's in the scariest place that I've ever observed.
Yes.
And I feel like as leaders, if you and I are not bringing that into conversations on a regular basis in a
Yeah.
public format, shame on us.
Yeah. Listen, a lot of people know my story, but yeah, I definitely struggled with suicidal thoughts. I mean, I was just done, you know. I was done with life. I thought God, you know, abandoned me, just, but it was also you said you struggled with worth. And I think that's a very common thing for authors. In fact, my story was one of self-injury, not because of any other reason that I was angry that I wasn't perfect, you know? And I think Yavina says she was a cutter too. So the point is this, folks.
Are.
Yeah, yeah. And the point is this today, folks, like tag someone, share this, because
Yeah.
we know that people are just surfacey. A lot of people. It's easier, it's safer. I mean, we are talking about book launches and we'll go into tons of value today. But I wanted you to hear Amber's story because you're right. People do see you and say, "Oh my gosh, look at, she's a magnet to, positivity and joy and passion." And yet you were surrounded by 5 girls when you were 16 and bullied and threatened and traumatized. And I think that the enemy in life allows those things because they know how dangerous we are if we connect and work through this. In other words, if people are in pain today, it's because you have a great message inside you and life's trying to throw you down. But as you push through that, and you've seen this, Amber, with all your authors. I mean, you have a lot of authors, and don't you think there's a theme that the best authors have a pain that becomes their platform?
Yeah. Well, I think that's true for everybody. And I think that one thing I can share as a takeaway that will help turn things around for anybody that's listening is to, if gosh, anything that you're feeling inside, like, I don't know if I should do this, I'm uncomfortable, I'm depressed, I just feel off right now, like something doesn't feel right, I don't know what my future is, uncertainty, there's all this drama around the election too, and it's so much, you're probably having relationship issues, your kids might be home and you're exhausted and you're not doing enough self-care. Like, in those moments, here's my advice for you: it is to project outward.
Mm.
Isaac, my business partner, I've been bringing him up a lot this week because of this phrase, off self, on purpose, is similar, where it's like, stop living in here and running this tape of all the stuff that's weighing you down, and instead do anything, do one small thing for somebody else. Focus outward, be in love, be in service, give value, be kind to somebody. Random acts of kindness, strangers, people that you do know, checking in, just keep focused outward. And I got to tell you, Carrie, that the more I do that, the more joy filled I feel inside, the more confident I feel, the happier I am, the better I sleep, the more energy I have, the more confidence I have. And then when I have to send an email to somebody like you did, and those nerves start coming up, I crush those nerves, because it's not about me. In that moment, I make it about them, the person I'm sending the email to. So
Well,
I think
you hinted at it. Let's bring it up.
I think we need to bring it up.
So this is where I got hacked, the author of Unhackable. So I was crushing it for everything, like marketing,
Everything.
promotion,
Crushed it.
pages, you
Yep.
know, like the Unhackable Influencer box, Unhackable Club. I mean, boom, 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 boom. We sold, get this, we're up to 6,000 books. You know, and it's almost a month before pre-sales. That's crazy. I've never done that before. But then we came to the spot where you kept saying, "Where are your influencers, Carrie?" Right?
Meaning the relationships, the people who are going to email and social media on behalf of Carrie during the book launch. We need promoters, promotional partners,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. You kept saying that. Your team kept saying that. And I'll tell you what, I let one weekend go by. I let another weekend go by. I mean, I think I was in like the third week.
You were.
And you're like, dude, what's going on?
Carrie.
But here's what I said. I said, I don't want to be that guy who goes and, you know, hey, can you support my book? Can you support my book?
Who
But
feels like this right now? I don't want to have to ask anybody to help me because it feels gross. Like I don't want to be that person.
yeah, that was me. That was me. And I told you, I think I wrote therapeutically to your team.
You did.
I'm like, you know, I want to be the giver in relationships. I love to give. I don't like to ask. I don't like to take. And you know what this was? It was fear. It was a lot of things. Pride, you know, I can ask, I can do it myself. Not really. I knew I couldn't. But number two, control.
Yeah.
I don't want to have people reject me.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So like,
Oh yeah.
if I don't ask for someone's help, they never said no.
Yep.
So I mean, there's a lot of things going on. There's a lot of things going on. But finally, you busted me, and everyone did on a Friday. The whole team did. Like your team, my team, you all did. But here's what did you say? You said you're robbing people of tell that line.
Well, you're robbing people of the joy of being there for you and helping you. You know, Carrie, it would be one thing if you were a taker, because then you surround yourself with people that are also takers. But you are a giver, which means that naturally, by who you are, you attract in people that are like you. So naturally, you have attracted in an audience and colleagues that are givers. And it is, you know this because you are a giver. It feels so good. It gives you purpose. It gives you meaning and fulfillment when you can give to somebody. And if I came to you and said, Carrie, man, this means so much to me. I'm doing this book, and this book is going to change lives. It's going to help people in this way, and I need help getting it out. And is there any way that you would be willing to help me? You would be like, not only am I going to help you, but I'm going to construct this thing. I'm going to build this army. I'm going to do this billboard, and we're going to have an event, and it's going to be amazing. Like, that's who you are, which means that the people around you would want to give to you, and it's going to fill them up. And if it doesn't, if somebody has randomly come into your network that really is a taker disguised in giver clothing, then they're just not going to respond, right? They're not going to be an a-hole about it. They're going to just ignore you. And that tells you something about your network. And it's like, you don't have to end the relationship over it, but now you know because you asked. But the not asking, the not knowing is so much worse, because then we build this story in our heads of what if this, what if that? And we always think of 82 worst case scenarios that feel awful to ultimately protect us, right? It's like a biological survival mechanism in us. But it's like none of that stuff comes true anyway. So the last thing I'll say is, like, if you get off self and think, how can I position it so that the person I'm asking for help from wins? And whatever I need them to do, how can I get them to be the hero? How can I get their message out through what I'm doing? So if you show up in service, it helps everybody. It gives them the opportunity to give to you. You're giving back to them. Then you're one-upping each other. Now it's like the Carrie and Amber show where we're in competition. We can give more, and it's great.
Well, and let's share the magic that your team did.
Yeah.
I'm going to go there right now.
Thank you.
Can you see my page?
I can.
Okay. So here's what I want to show people. Unhackableinfluencer.com. And by the way, folks, if you're watching this, you need to go to this page because there's gold. In fact, you did this for somebody else, Mike McAllowitz.
That's
I
right.
saw this page that you did for him, and I was like, whoa, because I knew how powerful it was. But remember, I was scared no one would support me, and all of a sudden, I'm going to go slow for dramatic effect here. But these are people who showed up and not only said they're going to spread the word, all the people with the little silver dots
I know.
bought 100 copies,
Yeah.
and Brant bought 1,000 copies. And I
Amazing.
mean, these people are amazing, and there's more that we haven't even added yet. But let's talk about this page, Amber. Explain this page, because people showed up today to learn about their own launches too, because we want to give to them. Explain. I'm just boom, 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 bullet points on why is this here? Why is this here? Walk us through the page.
Well, we're looking at the B1G1 impact results. Do you see that on the screen right now?
Oh, you're looking at that.
Yes.
That's not what I want. Thank you for telling me, my friend.
You're welcome.
I'm going to go to
while you're queuing it up, this page is a page that you can design and share with your supporters so that they can see the book launch date. They can see who is supporting the book launch. Like, look at this. These are all people who have committed to supporting Carrie's book launch since he had the courage to ask. These are all people that otherwise wouldn't even know that this was happening if he didn't have the courage to ask. So I just want to reinforce that people do show up, right? These are also the amazing people. I love those silver dots that believed in the book, believed in Carrie, believed in what we're doing enough that they wanted to buy 100 copies of the book. Want to make sure that the team is putting links to buy those bulk copies in the comments below, because we're looking for more supporters to come in and be a part of that club, because you get wild, amazing bonuses when you order bulk copies of the book, including access to conversations just between Carrie and myself. That's really going to help you in many aspects of your business moving forward. But this page is really designed for those promotional partners to get a sense of who is involved in the campaign. What is this book about? What are the ways that I can get involved and help support? It's also going to give them sample social media content.
By the way, I'm like 2 steps behind you.
That's okay.
Because it takes me so long to navigate. But talk about, you mentioned the Unhackable Club, and that's unhackablebook.com/club. So let's explain this page, and then we'll go back to the other one.
Yeah, so this is really where you can order bulk copies of the book and get different bonuses. You can also see who's already a part of the club, who it's for, some ideas around it. And you'll see here, oh, look at the #1 club, top 10. I have to say, I'm extremely excited about some of the bonuses, selfishly, the ones that I get to be a part of, because of what we're going to be talking about. Like, guys, we have clients who are paying more than 6 figures a year to hire NGNG to launch books. That is not a small investment. And so what Carrie and I have been working on is coming up with a 1-day event where we are going to share how to launch a book. And even if you aren't an author, which most of you are watching this could be applied for how to launch a product line, how to launch a course, how to launch a mastermind or an event, right? A launch is a launch is a launch. And I can tell you that the reason people are investing 6 figures a year to work with NGNG on launch is because we're doing it in ways that I still have not found any other team or organization or manager who is launching in the way that we're launching. So it's very high touch, high impact. And at this 1-day event, we're sharing all of that knowledge. In addition, Carrie is talking about his multiple streams of income during his book launch that's allowed them to already bring in $1 million for this book launch, and the book hasn't even officially launched yet. That's bananas.
Crazy. It's crazy.
Bananas.
Good
So
job, team.
take these two concepts, take these two processes, and you put them together, and that's what we're giving a one-day event. And that's a special bonus for members that are buying 1,000 copies of the book. And you know what? What people are going to be paying for 1,000 copies of the book just to even get access into that room is so far down from what it would be valued at otherwise. Like, it's crazy. So I do want to, give thanks to Dr. Brandt for being the first to take that leap. And, knowing us, Carrie, we're so over delivers. Like, I've already been thinking about extra value that I'm going to give to him, just as being like, thank you for taking action.
Yeah,
That's outside of what we committed to, just because that's who we are. That's our nature. So
that's
you can
right.
look at that page and, see what package might be right for you. And the last thing I'll say is, if you're in your mind like, well, I don't know what I would do with 1,000 copies of the book. Great. I'm so glad that that's the only thing holding you back. We're going to give them away if that's what you want. Like, number one, you should give them away as Christmas gifts to like all of your people, because everybody needs to read this book. It's a phenomenal book about how to cope and how to protect and how to thrive in this time of acceleration that's just off the charts insane, right? How can we cope and survive and thrive through all this? So give it away as Christmas gifts. Colleagues, business clients that you might have, donate the rest to people, to homeless shelters, to other shelters for abuse victims, anywhere you can.
Schools.
It's really going to help people move forward in life. Like, that's what you do as a feel-good project, as a give back project.
Love it. Love it.
Tax write-off too. Okay.
Tax write-off. Oh, all right. But you're right. You're right. Everybody in this world has been hacked in 2020, and there's a lot of people that are at the end of the ropes, and churches,
No.
nonprofits, businesses. I mean, they all need it. So now let's go to this page. We got about 7 minutes left, and I think this page is gold. When I saw your team build this, I said, oh my gosh, like, there is so much psychology going on. talk
Well, why don't you talk about what you love about it?
Well, I'll tell you what I love about it is people don't want to go first. And that's partially the fear. Like, there's no one there, introducing your fellow unhackable influencers, no one, and yet now we have people like the #1 entrepreneur coach in the world. We have one of the #1 real estate investor guys in the world. We have the queen of social media. You have Mark Batterson. You have all these people that they're saying, I know him. I read him. I know her, Jill Young. Oh, and then you want to be associated with these people. Why? Because they're amazing people. So the psychology of this is fantastic. But then you come down and like, these people actually read the book. I love your team did these stars. Oh my gosh. I was like, that is so cool. No, I like that little stuff. And then you do an introduction, and it's so powerful. So I'm not endorsing myself, folks. This is psychology. I'm not endorsing myself. She wrote this. I didn't write it. She wrote exactly what would make me shine. Thank you. And then I put a video of me essentially telling the endorsers, look, it's tough for me to ask for help, but this isn't about me. And I talked about B1G1 and how we're giving back to people. And look, your family needs to become unhackable. And if you want clients that are going to continue to invest in your business, they need to become unhackable. So it's almost like I'm telling the influencers, by you promoting this book, you're actually helping your own business. And then these amazing, our team designed these, but you put them in this super cool scroll thing. And then these are the ways to help, different emails, different viral activities. And then, oh my gosh, folks, like even if you have your own book launch, take these ideas and say, killer, but you explain for the people who don't know. And I know we got a hard stop in 4 minutes. What is swipe copy? What is sample social posts? What are graphics? And why would you put these as like a toolbox?
Well, if you ask people to promote your book, Nobody can describe it better than you, number one. Number two is people are busy. You want to set your people up for success. Don't make them write the email and design the graphics and, think of what to say on social media. It also really increases your risk of them not following through if you make them do hard work. So you want to give them enough content and enough variety, especially in graphics. Don't just create one graphic, have a variety for them, because what I might like and feel confident sharing on my social media or to my email list is different than somebody else, right? So having a little bit of variety, but that stays on brand, is going to be really important. And also allowing people the opportunity to do multiple posts, right? Don't just make one graphic and one social post, make 3, make 5, and then maybe encourage them to see if they can, drop 3 posts for you over the course of a few days, right? So just think bigger and set your people up for success. And when you're doing swipe copy, which is the sample emails and social media posts and graphics, don't forget to include a hashtag that is related to the book, and then also a tag. So it'd be like @carryover runner, hashtag unhackable book, or unhackable 2020, or it depends on whatever you want it to be. There's no wrong way to do it, but it's nice that you can have a hashtag and a tag included in a post, so that on launch day, you can search that hashtag, unhackable book, and you can see everybody's posts. And it's an easy way for you to comment, reply, and share, and make people feel good and see who supported you. And it's also more buzzworthy that way, because other followers can go to that hashtag and see everything else that's going on. It's just more fun. So those are a few things to keep in mind.
Well, listen, you and I have several shows coming up, and the goal is, yes, to get the word out about Unhackable. But folks, if you're an author, you got to hear everything we're doing, because I don't know anyone who's doing this exact pattern. We're literally inventing the Unhackable launch. And every day or every week, our teams get together and we're like, and we share these crazy cool ideas. We have so much good stuff coming. Amber's speaking at the Igniting Souls conference.
I'm so excited. It's just a few weeks away.
Oh man, it is.
We have an epic talk, slotted for that event too. So you guys need to make sure you're registered for that event. It's gonna be awesome.
Absolutely. Well, listen, this has been fantastic, and I know we're out of time, but next time we'll do some Q&A. There's a lot of people who are watching this saying, look at this person. I am going to launch my book. Now I'm going to give 10% to charity.
Oh, good.
So there's lots of stuff here that's happening that we can't even catch up with, but it's so cool.
Well done.
All right, well, folks, thank Amber. Go ahead, say go Amber in the comments, because she's a words of affirmation person, and I like that. So great job, Amber, and we'll be in touch again very soon.
Okay. Thanks, everyone. Have a great day.
Take care. We'll see ya. Bye.